Greeting teacher and all my beloved classmates. Welcome to Group 5 presentation. Today, our topic is going to be about Chapter 12 of The Village by the Sea, guided by lecturer Chanda Sovipir. Before getting started, let me introduce Group 5 members. So, we have Chiakit, which is me, will be responsible for summary part. Chienmong Panyarat will be responsible for character analysis. Sai Swanita will be responsible for sim analysis. And Roti will be responsible for reflection to the real world. But due to private reason, Panyarat will be responsible for the T part instead. So, without any further ado, let us get started with the summary part. To be easy for us to understand the story more, let us meet the characters. They are Harry, Laila, Harry's father, and Jakub. After 9 months in Bombay, Harry has made up his mind by returning back to Tul village. Not same as last time, the transportation modes that he used is not by ferry anymore, but by bus. Before he left, he would like to bid farewell to Mr. Penvilla at his workshop. Not only that, Mr. Penvilla had quietly slipping Harry another 10 rupees as a farewell present. Jakub took off his morning work to accompany Harry to the bus depot just to make sure that Harry took on the right bus. At the bus depot, Jakub said,
"Harry, you have to keep your money safe and be careful with the pickpockets. Do not let anyone see you bring too much money with you."
Harry said,
Yes, Jago. I promise I will be careful with my money. Moreover, I will send a postcard as soon as I reach Toul.
After the dialogue, they bid each other goodbye and Harry get on a bus to Tul village. The bus set him down on the highway beside the hill with the temple on the top. Although the construction has changed a lot, but Tul village didn't change at all. As he walked down the path, he still could feel the sea that he used to go fishing. After a long march, Harry finally arrived at his home. As soon as he saw the hut, he intended to change and renovate his hut to make it more beautiful and brighter. After he arrived in the front door, he called his 3 sisters.
Leila, Bella, Kamal.
Fortunately, Laila was at the door and replied,
Harry, I know you would come back. It's Diwali tomorrow and I know you would come.
Harry exclaimed.
How did you know? I didn't write.
Then Laila said,
Oh, I know you would. And we made a sweet for you. Harry, come and eat.
At that time, Harry has hundreds of questions that want to ask Laila about their family and everything within the village. Instead, he followed Laila into the house. Then, Laila came towards him with a brush tray full of sweets. While Harry was into eating, he nearly forgot to ask about his mother.
Where's mother?
Harry asked. Then, Laila replied,
Mother is in hospital in Alibai. The Siva took her in the car. I got to see her sometimes when I have the bus fare. She is much better.
Harry uttered.
How?
Laila again replied,
With good food and proper medicine, I suppose. The doctor said it was anemia, which she got because of having poor food to eat.
Then, they continued eating their sweets. At the same time, Bella and Kamal arrived. Harry gave 2 sisters the presents that he had purchased in Bombay. Laila was wondering how could Harry has that much money, so she decided to ask him.
Harry, where did you get so much money from? How could you spend it so much?
Without any hesitation, Harry replied,
I saved up everything I earned in Bombay. I never spent anything there. I never went to the cinema or even bought a cigarette. Moreover, I had 2 jobs.
Harry continued to speak and come up with a plan that he would want to open a watch repair shop in Tul village. Then, the 3 sisters uttered in amazement.
Repair watch?
Laila slowly disappointed because in Tul village there were no men wearing watch. Without any doubt, Harry continued explaining.
I know there are no watches here now, Lila, but wait till the factory comes up and the housing colony is built. Then there will be plenty of people with watches around here, and I'll be the only man in Toul who knows how to oil repair them. Moreover, we might buy chickens and start a poultry farm in our field so Bella and Kamal can look after the poultry farm when I set up my watch shop.
Laila smiled at once at the shop and agreed to help Harry. A few moments later, Harry speaks out a word that he didn't want to say.
Where's father?
Lila replied.
He is in Alibi. He followed mother when the silver took her away. He was furious and broke all the water pot. He was drunk, but he stopped drinking and followed mother to Alibi to look after her. He doesn't intend to come back because he said mother may need him, so he stays where she can call him.
Then, Lila asked Harry to go to the beach and buy some fishes for his homecoming dinner. While walking alongside the beach back to their hut, Lila planned to fake their mother and said,
Harry, tomorrow is Diwali, so we are going to bring mother home.
Harry replied.
Can she come home to stay now? Is she quite well?
Lila responded.
Yes, the doctor said he would let her go home at Diwali.
Then Harry said,
So tomorrow I will go and fetch her.
Lila proudly responded.
Yes, you can go in the morning while the girls and I get everything ready for Diwali.
After that, they were happily running back to their hut and enjoyed their dinner. After the dinner, they sat outside the hut under the stars and talking about the things that happened in the months that they had been apart. That is all for the summary of chapter 12. Next, my group member will be presenting about their part.
So, thank you, G-Kid. And first of all, I would like to pay the respect to the lecturer and say hello to everyone in this virtual class. My name is Chimon Panyadat, and I will be responsible for character analysis. And since Rati has been suspended, so I will be responsible for another part, which is reflection to the real world. And without any further ado, let's just get straight into my presentation. So the first character that I wanted to analyze is Harry. Harry has been through many hardships, just wanting to make his family life become better. And about the adjective that we can describe him, such as intelligent. Because he is an intelligent person, he went to Bombay not only for work, but Harry also learned some skills from a watch shop, and many things there too. And the story shows that after Harry came back from Bombay, he plans to create his own watch repair shop, which he has learned from Mr. Panwala's shop in Bombay. Harry is a smart person. He learns from another society about life, skills, and also about development, and starting his new life by opening his own watch repair shop in Toul. Repair watches seemed the most useless skill for others, but for Harry, these skills can change his living, and furthermore, he used what he learned in the city and applied in his village by creating his own shop, and he also can predict about Toul's future too. And another one is responsible, because he never forgot about his poor family. Like for example, others might assume Harry has left the village and may never return, or they might just think that after he arrived in the city, he no longer cared about his family. But the fact is that he left the village in order to find work and save income for the family, especially his siblings and mother. He never forgets about his family. When he returns in his village, he intends to create a new life for his siblings and himself by building his own business, which will make their lives better, and this could show that he is a responsible person. And the next character that I'm going to analyze is Lila. She takes over the responsibilities she had to take care of her mother, her younger sisters, and doing all the house chores. And the adjective that we can use to describe her, such as deliberative. And this means thinking carefully before doing or talking about something. And Lila reminded Harry about a business that he wants to start about a poultry farm. She considers that business carefully since she is worried that it may fail later. And about the example, in page 139, there used to be one here, Lila reminded them. Old Cebu had one. You can still see all the broken pans and the wire knitting in his garden. It failed, and this shows that she worried about the poultry farm might fail like the old Cebu farm. Maybe because she doesn't want to waste Harry's money on the poultry farm if it fails. And she cares about Harry too. Like they just have a little money, and if the farm fails, they might go back to the old family situation. So she is a liberative person, thinking well before doing something. However, we can say that she is cowardly too, because about the reason is that she doesn't have enough confidence to engage in something because she never learned or knew about poultry farms. So she is scared of everything even though she hasn't tried it yet. And for example, in page 139, she had brought up an idea about the old Cebu farm, and she is afraid that she can't do it even though she hasn't tried it once or knows specifically why Harry wants to start that business. Or we can say that because she is a girl, she had never known about that stuff and she never went somewhere far from home. She had never seen the real world like Harry. That is why she lacks the courage to do something. So don't be afraid of failure if you have not yet tried your best. And next up, let's move to Harry's father. Harry's father is a drunken man. He made his family's living situation become harder and harder. And in this chapter, we can describe him as a conscious person because he starts to be aware of his faults and stops being a drunken man after his wife is sick in the hospital. Like for example, in page 139, he screamed and shouted and broke all our water pots. He was drunk, you see, but he stopped drinking and followed her to Aliba to see that she was properly looked after. He seemed to have stopped. He hasn't asked for more. I don't think he wants to drink anymore. And this can prove that their father is aware of his fault, also start to be a good husband and father. And another adjective would be loving. After Lila's mother went to the hospital, he doesn't drink anymore. He follows his wife to the hospital and takes care of her. And for example, in page 139 again, he has stayed there ever since. He never came back, and I always find him sitting on the veranda outside her room or sometimes out in the hospital compound. He says she may need him, so he stays where she can call him. And this can show that he loves his wife and worries about her condition. That is why he stops being a drunken man and becomes a good husband who takes care of his wife, stay with his wife when she needs it. Next up would be Mr. Penvala. Mr. Penvala is an old watchmaker living in Bombay. He teaches Harry about watches. We know him as a kind, generous, and soft-hearted man. And in this chapter, the adjective that I used to describe him is attentive because Mr. Penvala made all the preparations for Harry's return to Toul. He also cares about Harry's safety too. For example, in page 134, Mr. Penvala, having bought him a ticket jointly for the bus, got your money safe with you, Harry? He kept asking anxiously, be careful of pickpockets. Don't touch your pocket. Don't let anyone see you have so much money with you. And all of that words are just like he remarked were like the warming care and love from parents to son. He worried Harry about the pickpocket and Harry's safety, and he also slipped Harry another 10 rupee note as a farewell present too. And I think my character analysis part has come to an end. And next up, Sai Swanita will be responsible for the next part. Thank you.
Thank you, Panyarat. Good afternoon again, lecturer, and hello to all my classmates in this video class. My name is Vanita, and I'm responsible for themes analyze part, man message, and physical analytic criticism. So, in this chapter, there are several themes that I'm going to analyze. The first theme is about home of love and warmth. As we already know, with no other options, Harry decided to move from his hometown to live in the city alone to get a job. During his life in Mumbai, he had almost forgotten the sense of receiving warmth and love throughout his time. He lived with loneliness and homesickness, but when Harry arrived back to Toul, everything has changed. all the love and warm feeling he returned back since he doesn't experience such emotion like this in Mumbai. He received a warm welcome from his lovely sister. He enjoyed the wonderful moment with them, with full of happiness and with full of happiness. So we can assume that home is the most comfortable place with nowhere can compare. No matter how wonderful or developed that place is, only your home and your family can make you feel loved, joyful, and warm. This describes as hometown of love and warmth. The second theme that I'm going to talk about is about growing and self-develop. Growing. When Harry went back to Toul, we can say that he matured more than before. He discussed with his sister before doing something. He think about family future. He think about opening a small business which can help him earn some money to support his family. Moreover, he explained to his sister Lila about poultry farm by providing a good reason, which means he understands more about her future and he can predict what is going to happen in his village. This can show that Harry is growing. And for self-development, as in the story text, Bombay is a developing country which provides many skill and experience. During this 9 months in Bombay, Harry not only find a job, but he also learned some skill and understand more about the world. Harry brought some skill that he had learned to apply in his village, like he learned about watch repair from Mr. Pamvala, and then when he arrived to his village, he wanted to open his own repair watch shop. He know more about the world and understand more about business, like he want to buy chicken and start poultry farm in his field. Moreover, he explained his sister with a good reason, like his poultry farm and watch shop will be success because no longer when the factory built, many people will come to Toul. This show he developed himself from a village boy with no education about business or the outside world to a man who have more idea about business and the development, which will make himself and his family situation become superior. This show about self-develop of Harry. Move to the next theme is, and also the last theme is about saving and vision. Saving. In the city, Harry worked hard to save all his earnings for his family. He never spent anything there. He never went to the cinema, bought cigarette or waste money. But when he returned to Toul, he bring all the money to build his new life by spending on delicious food with his sibling, buying a gift for them, and also plan to build a small business for himself and his family living too. This described as saving. Okay. About vision. Vision here refer to the way you look to the future and plan what to do. In the study tag, Harry can predict about to a future that there will be a lot of people when the factory built. So he planned to open his own business, which are repair workshop and poultry farm. About poultry farm, he want to buy chickens and selling egg in the village. When the factory built, there will be many workers coming to Toul, and they will have more buyer than they can supply to. So his business can fail. And about repair workshop, he think that when the factory comes up, there will be people with watch, and Harry will be the only man who know about oil and repair them. So he think that his business might be successful and he will become a successful man in Toul. This known as vision. Harry took a look at the future and planned what to do. So next part is about man message. Based on several themes in this chapter, I can draw out the main message that living far away from home and family, your perspective on the world change drastically. You will certainly feel some loneliness and will be time when you will need to re-examine the true meaning of term family. No matter how wonderful place and it will be not the same as your home and your family. And this is the main message. Now let's move to the next part. It's about physical analytic criticism theory. Back to the story a bit. When Harry went to Mumbai, he received only lonely feeling and start homesick. He missed his sibling and his hometown, and he want to go back to his hometown so bad. This come from the word love and miss. We can analyze for physical that Harry want to go back to tour to meet his sister and his family. And he missed them. So for ID, he decided to go back to his hometown. He cannot wait any longer because he worried about his family and he missed them too. And for Ego, because something comes up, he decided to delay his journey. When he asked Jagu and Mr. Panvalas to go back to his village, they suggest Harry to stay in Mumbai for a bit longer until the monsoon season is over, which he can also learn some more skill and save more money for himself and his family too. So he decided to delay his journey, and that is Ego. For Super Ego, he finally reached his hometown with his sibling and with a lot of money. After the monsoon over, Mr. Pamalas and Jagu bought a bus ticket for Harry, and Harry had a ride tour full of joy, love, and warmth with his family, and also had the amount of money with skill to create his own business too, and that is Super Ego. Now my part come to an end. Next part, again, Panyarat will be responsible for it.
Thank you, Nita, and hello again, everyone. So about the reflection to the real world, there are a few main points that I wanted to present, and the first one is friendship. Good friends value friendship more than money. Friends will stay with you in any situation. As we know that Jagu and Mr. Panvala, they both are not rich guys, but they try to help Harry in every situation. Like Jagu, he isn't rich. He lives in a slum area and has to work every day to feed his family and himself. But on the day Harry returned to his hometown, Jagu had taken morning off from work to accompany Harry to the bus depot and see him on to the right bus. This shows that Jagu value friendship not only Mr. Panvala and Jagu, but also the Delsiva and their new guest Syed Ali also tried to help Lila's mother without wanting anything back, but want Lila's mother to recover. And about the real life, same as a real life, the simple example that I'm going to rest about true friends is when they want to hang out with you, it doesn't matter how much money you have. All they want is for you to enjoy yourself with them, hanging out and having fun together. Money is not a matter. They can share together or even pay you. And this indicates that friendship is more important to them than money. A true friend is more valuable than money. They will assist you in any scenario without expecting anything in return. And I got a speech from Elite Daily. We feel the cold emptiness of lost friendships much more than lost paychecks. And another part would be home and family. Family is the most precious thing in our life. Your life will be doubtful without family. And home is the most comfortable place. Nowhere like your home. In the study text, Harry went to Mumbai, but it was not comfortable for him. He just wants to be home with his family. After arriving home, Harry approaches the hut and calls for his sisters. Lala rushes out and they embrace excitedly. Harry has 1,000 questions, but for now he is simply grateful to be home. And about in real life, it's not different from our everyday lives. The most important thing in our life is our family, which we never want to lose because family members provide each other with love, support, and a framework of value. And family members teach one another and share the joys and sorrows of life. We can't claim that family is the most influential force in our lives since they are the ones whom we grew up with and who taught us to be who we truly are. And of course, home is significant in our life because it is the most comfortable place for each of us and also the place where we were born and raised. And when we get tired from school or work, we just want to go back home, take a shower, and go to sleep. We can do whatever we want if no one judges us. And there is one quote from Anthony Brand: having somewhere to go is home. Having someone to love is family, and having both is a blessing. And the next point would be goal. Goal will be encourage you to achieve what you want. Goal is the best motivation that pushes us to be successful. Like for example, Harry brought a lot of money home because he never spent a dime on himself. His goal is to use that savings to build a better future for himself and for his entire family. He wants to have his own business. And about the real life, goal is a part of everyone's life. Goals help us identify what we want in the future and are a part of our life's self-narrative. It encourages us to keep moving forward in life and not give up. Like for example, when you want to give up on studying, but your goal is to have a better job with good salary. So when you're thinking of your goal, it will motivate you not to give up your education and keep pushing you to study hard too. And about another example is our goal is to have a big villa, brand new car, and a lot of money. So when we think about that goal, we push ourselves to work hard to earn a lot of money and save to achieve our goal. And about the quote, I got it from Tony Robbins. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. And the last one, also the last part, which is financial literacy. Financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. And from the study text, Harry and Lila went down to buy fish from the fleet. And he wants to buy something expensive that he never ate before, like palm thread, sumai, or some crab. But Lila ended up buying the cheapest fish because she's not used to it and she is not used to buy something expensive. And about the real life, same as our real life, the more we earn, the more we spend. When we have a large sum of money, we will almost certainly spend it on better things. And when we have more money, we will spend it on things we want, such as expensive meals, luxury products, and so on. And this is a common behavior in human beings.
So, this is the end of our presentations. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.